everybody, this is Renee, and we are thrilled y'all are here today at Miss Lillian's Paint University. And today we're going to be talking about Miss Lillian's Texture Magic. Texture Magic is a white powder, comes like this, and you can mix it with any of Miss Lillian's no wax chalk paint colors. Okay, you can see that I have the base color of the coffee bean down, just one light coat, and I'm going to mix up the color coffee bean with the Texture Magic. And I've got very little in here because it's not going to take much to do this, and we suggest that you only mix, less is more, again, because you don't want to waste your product. Just mix up what you need, because you can always mix up more. It's better to do that than to mix up too much and waste it, because it will get hard. Okay, you want to mix it up really, really well. Mix it up about 50-50. You want it to be the consistency of cake icing, where it will spread really nice. Of course, we're really not going to be spreading this. We're going to be what we call daubing, or a lot of times I'll say smush push. Okay, I've got that stirred up really well. I don't see any white. You want to do your edges. You want to be sure and go to the bottom of your container as well. And then I'm going to just dump it into my plate. Then you're just going to use your chip brush, and then you just load it. And a lot of times I will dampen my brush, just dampen, and then I'll take a rag and kind of squeeze the end of the brush. And then you're just going to dab. It doesn't have to be all over. It only depends on the look that you're going for. That is up to you. Okay, and if you want a little more texture, you can come in, you can add a little more, and then if you think you have too much texture in an area, just mush it and push it and daub it around with your chip brush until you get it the way that you like it. And I'll explain this other side to you in just a moment, but I wanted y'all to see how easy that is to apply. Okay? Okay, now that we have reached a certain point after you have put your application of Texture Magic on there and you're happy with the way that it looks, you're going to let it dry to a point to where you can kind of see that the peaks are almost dry, and you can come in with a different brush, a clean brush, and just drag, just like that right there. And you don't have to go in a straight line. You can go different ways. It doesn't matter. Okay, and then you want to let it completely dry before you apply your next step. So we will let this dry, and we'll be right back. Okay, this side has been, the Texture Magic has been added. The clean brush has come in, and we have drug the sides down. Now we're going to go on to our contrasting color, and I decided to use Miss Lillian's No Wax Chalk Paint. I've really got a glare here, y'all, and I don't know why. Fresh Sweet Corn. That's going to be the contrasting color on the top. I've already shaken it really well. And I will pour just a little bit into a paper plate, because I don't want to dip into my container and possibly contaminate it. And I usually take a baby wipe, and I will clean the edges, and then I'll put a Ziploc bag over the top so that it's much easier to open. Okay, and with this one, I'm not going to completely saturate the piece. I'm just going to do a light drag, and that is just going to depend on the look that you're going for. Again, just do a sample piece. Okay. And as you can see how that's picking that up. That really looks old. and distressed. If you sand, once this dries, we're going to let this top coat completely dry, and then we'll come in and sand it. And again, you can only add Texture Magic to certain areas of your pieces. It does not have to be all over. I just did this as an example so that y'all could see if you did do it all over. And I have done some tabletops all over. Okay, we're going to let that dry, and then we will come back and sand it and let you see what it looks like. Okay, this is dry. Again, you can see what nice texture it gave, and I will sand this so that you can kind of see. Again, it's just going to depend on the finish that you are going for, of how much you sand, how much Texture Magic you use, and the thickness that you will add. And then whenever you get through, you want to be sure and wipe all of that off. Okay. That looks really nice. Looks old. And you can also use an orbital sander. Take a little more off so that you can see. And this is just a kind of a really light damp rag. Okay. There you go. And to kind of recap what we've went over today, you just want to make sure that you clean the surface that you're fixing to start working on, and make sure that you've removed all dust. And you want to mix equal portions of Miss Lillian's Texture Magic and Miss Lillian's No Wax Chalk Paint, 50-50. You want it to be the consistency of cake icing. And then you're just going to use your chip brush, and you're going to dab it on and mush and push it around to where you want it and the look that you're going for. And then whenever that's it becomes tacky, you can come back with a clean chip brush and just barely drag the peaks down. You do not have to go in one direction. You can go in any direction that you want. And then you let that completely dry, which is about 45 minutes to 90 minutes, depending on the humidity in your area. And then you lightly sand it back, just like we did here, to get the texture that you want. And then we recommend that once it's completely dry, you will apply one of Miss Lillian's luster top coats. Again, you want to make sure that it is completely dry. And also, Texture Magic is great for stenciling and also filling small holes in furniture. Works really great. And I wanted to show you here in a different color. This is kind of like the old look that we were going for here. And I thought, well, it might be nice to kind of do a beachy scene. On this one, I used the Paris blue, and I used a lot of texture in here, and then I sanded it back. This side, I did not. I applied the Texture Magic, then I drug the peaks down, and then I done an overall coat of spun sugar. And I'll sand this right quick. I want to make sure I use a different one because I don't want to transfer that color onto the spun sugar. Okay. This is a little bit harder to see, but I really love that you can get an old world look, you can get a beachy look. It just depends on the finish that you want. And again, I can't stress enough that if you're going to be doing a piece of furniture, do a sample first to see what consistencies that you like. This is a piece that I finished on a whale using Miss Lillian's Texture Magic. And I believe this was, no, it was just ducky underneath. And then I came back in, I believe, with fresh sweet corn. Okay, and another thing is if you have to stop during your process, you can stop, just like I've done here. And then whenever you need to, you can come right back in and start where you left off. You'll never be able to know. So that is a great tip. And we do hope that y'all enjoyed this tutorial today. So if you have any need for further assistance on any instructions of how to apply all of Miss Lillian's paint products, just go to her website, which is www.misslillianspaint.net, and look under the facts section. We hope you enjoyed it, and we're great and happy that you are here. Have a blessed day, y'all. We appreciate it.